Daf Yutes Ahmed Aleph. Zog the Gemara. Ein Loshem Matzah b'mashkin, because it's Matzah Shira. I'm a cut from Issa b'mashkin. You gotta tap it with mashkin. Omer Reb Akiva. Ani Yisim Reb Lezer. Reb Yeshua b'sfina. And Lashti Matzosim b'mashkin. Ein Loshem Matzah b'roischum l'shem choyten. Because it's not considered anymore that you're baking a thing that can come with a chimutz. You can only be yoitz if you bake with flour that can come chumutz. But once you put boiling water on the flour, cannot come with a chimutz anymore, so you're not yoitz matzah. Lebe paishim neshem machmitz. Loshem neshem betzoin. For the what anin kol menachos neshem paishim sham shteichmitz. That menachos has to come chumutz, and you are allowed to use lukewarm water. And for the Gemara, Amashim Meshbal Taman to Masla Kehan. Kehan is Rizim Hey. The same. It depends who's busy with it. Kehanim they can trust, but the woman you can't. The only question is this. Following. A Kehanim Atzman, my Shedishim Atzosam question. A Kohen himself wants to bake matzahs for Pesach. Do we say that since he's allowed to do it all year round, by Mincha, he can do it also when it comes to eating matzah? He said like this: Nida chefefes v'serekes. And Nida has to comb her hair and scratch it because he has to make sure there's no knots when she does a tefillah. Kehanis en chefefes v'serekes. Kehanis, when she goes to the mikveh, she wants to eat truma. Eishes kohen, or Kehanis that's just a girl that wants to be, that she's tummy and she has to go to the mikveh. So en chefefes v'serekes doesn't need to do that. The question is nida kehanis. How about a nida as a kehanis? A regular nida, she's also a kehanis. Do we say that since when she goes to the mikveh for ordinary things, for eating truma, she doesn't need, here also she doesn't need, because she's constantly always brushing her hair, she's constantly going to the mikveh, every time she needs to eat truma. They used to be very common because there's always shrotzim and tumas. So since she's so used to it, she doesn't need to brush the hair because it's always kempt. Or do we say that since they're din by a nida, that nida has to do it, she has to do it also? So we say shletachlik ben nida nida. No, you make since we made a din for a nida that Israelis has to comb the hair, she has to do the same thing. She can't be different than Israelis. Since by matzah of Yisrael we say you cannot use lukewarm, so we don't change the din for a matzah of a kohen. Some say you should pour it in a place that's ashboyer means that there is a hole in the ground that the water can gather together. That's called ashboyer, like a crack. Slope. If it's a big flat place, then it's not gonna stand in one place. It's gonna spread out and will get seep into the ground. If it's a big slope, then again the same thing. While it runs down the slope, it's gonna get absorbed by the ground. This is my Rabbi Illa was saying this question and answer, what you just said now. That when you say you can spill it on a slope, and when you say you spill it on a flat area. If he soaked wheat or barley in water, then you have to see what happened with it. If it became broken and then became chametz, then no, if not, it's okay. He says if you soak it in vinegar, then it's not a problem. The vinegar doesn't let it holds it back from opening up. He had wine that was like about to become sour. He put in barley to help it come faster into vinegar. You have to throw out this whole bottle. because there's barley and vinegar is considered he holds may Paris machmitz. Chanina the Rabbi, this word bachir. I see here that some Agoras Biri makes more sense. That's the name Bachir and does never appears. But I don't know. We'll just leave it like this. And so he said he had Vash Mezuyov, certain honey that was Mezuyov Besoilis, was mixed, adulterated with flour. You have to burn it because it's the Rav Kiri. Oh, so he see Kiri also. Okay, I don't know. How they garm the Mashach? He had big barrels of oil because it's the chitim. It was inside a big oitzer warehouse of chitim, and there was some oil spilled on the chitim. Shal Rabbanan, he asked the Rabbanan, what should he do? How should he get rid of this problem? You should everything that's on the floor that became soiled with oil, you have to throw out. Barrels that have kusach. Kusach is a mixture of milk and pieces of bread. You have to fill it 3 days less if you want to use that Pesach in order to kasher it from the beliyas of chametz, because kusach is chametz. Okay, this is the end of Perik Sheni, and the next year we'll start Be'ez Hashem ve'elu over.